So if you're like blonde, maybe a brown tint would be better for you, like look more natural. So yeah, you can see one is kind of flat and one is kind of curved. This is all depending on how curved you want your lashes to be, how long they are. If you have like super long luxurious lashes, you would use a really curved one to kind of give you that nice round curl. But if you have like really short lashes, then you would use a pretty flat one to kind of like just lift them up as much as possible. This is Jen, ASMR unboxing. Subscribe before you fall asleep. Hi there. This evening I have a little kind of update slash review for you guys. I don't know if you've seen in my recent videos, I bought this new eyelash tint, so to dye my eyelashes black. And I also bought more recently this Lash Lift Eyelash Perming Kit. So everything is eyelash. So if you don't know, I am a redhead, so my eyelashes, although they're quite long, they do not curl up. They are just like straight and kind of down as well. They're a bit of a downer. So an eyelash curler is like extremely important for me. And also because I'm a redhead, my eyelashes are very like very pale. They're not blonde completely, but they're not like, you can't really see them very well, basically. So my eyes are not very well defined. So to kind of combat this, well, it's not a problem really, is it? It's not a problem, but I feel better when my eyelashes are curled and with mascara. So this is kind of a way to avoid having to curl and put mascara on every day. So to replace the mascara, I use Lash Tint, and this is a new one. And to replace the eyelash curler, I have permed my eyelashes for the very first time. The Lash Tint has been like a good few years I've been doing it, but this is just a new product. And the Lash Lift I did for the first time about a week ago, so really excited. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Lash Tint and then I'll move on to the Lash Lift. There will be timestamps in the description if you're only interested in one or the other sort of a thing. I'll be probably talking a little in and out of each at some point anyway. So basically the Eyelure London Lash Tint Permanent Tint for Lashes Black. So this is actually what used to be called Dye Lash, and Dye Lash is the first product that I ever used to dye my lashes, and it was really good. And then one day it disappeared and I was like, and I've been using like 2 or 3 other types and different methods, and they were never as good. They never were as intense or as good, and they never lasted as long. And then I saw this little previously Dye Lash here, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. So I got it straight away. And I'm so glad I did, because it's really a big difference. I'll link the video to my haul where I got this if you want to see which one I'm like previously used, which wasn't great, if you're interested. But otherwise, I'm just going to tell you how this one worked, how well it was, like the process and stuff. So yeah, so last up to 6 weeks I would agree. Under 5 minutes for the application I would not agree, like maybe per eye. I would take like maybe like 20 minutes to do both eyes, just because I like to organize everything really nicely and like go slowly and everything. And then up to 8 applications. I can't tell you that yet because I've only used it I think once. Yeah, I've used it only once, and it was about, I would say, 2 months ago, maybe 2.5 months ago, and I'm ready for my second application. I could have done it earlier, like weeks ago, but it's honestly not so bad. Look, you can hear them. You can't see them, but you can hear them. There you go, that's my eyelash. Another. So basically, the tips of the eyelashes are starting to look a little more brown and black, and my roots are kind of growing in, which sounds weird, but yes, your eyelashes get roots that grow. They grow in. So I want to reuse this, and I probably will tomorrow or the day after, or maybe after filming if it's not too late. So in this kit, actually it shows it on the side, doesn't it? Yeah. You have the instruction leaflet, which is here. You have the mascara brush applicator, which is here, which is essential. It's really good, but it's weird because it doesn't fit in the little tray that it's supposed to fit in. It's too long, which is really strange because I remember years ago when I used to use Eyelash, they had the same problem. So that's a weird thing to bring to a new product, like a default to bring to a new product. Anyway, it's not much of a problem, let's face it. But yeah, it's really good because, as you can see, it's a very like slimlined version of a mascara wand. You know, it's almost like one of those mascara wands you would use for the bottom lashes. So basically the way that it is so thin and like the bristles are short, it's kind of gives you more control to be careful not to get it in your eyes. So I really appreciate that. Okay, and then you have the two activating gel and developer gel, so the two gels here. And I've used it once, and as you can see, it's not really made much of a dent on the product. I just made like a little thumbprint in the product, that's about it. So you basically put one on, and then you wait. You remove a little, then you put the next product on, then you wait, and then you remove with the cotton pads, and water, and then you just have black eyelashes, and it's great. They say not to wet it or use any products on it for like a day, or 24 hours, and that's fine. I've never had a problem otherwise. So this was great, and I didn't hurt my eyes, which I usually do when I dye my eyelashes. That's something that I was surprised about, but maybe just because I was more careful. So yeah, I would 100% recommend this product for your eyelashes. They do like dark brown too, if you're worried about black being too much, like if you're blonde or something. For me it's okay, but if you're like, because my hair's like, I'm a redhead, but it's more auburn. So if you're like blonde, maybe a brown tint would be better for you, like look more natural. So 100,000,000% recommend that. Okay, so let's have a look at the Lash Lift, which is kind of more of a mystery. Well, it was more of a mystery for me because I never used it before, and maybe for you guys it's something that I never even heard of before. Like, I'd heard people say lash lift, and I always thought it was like, you know, fake eyelashes, like extensions, you know, the extensions that they add. I always thought it was something to do with that, but a lash lift, like just perming your eyelashes, and it just like blew my mind. I was like, wow, cool, let's go for it. Okay, so basically it perms your eyelashes like they would do in a salon, like to perm your hair. So one of the products opens, from what I understand, so your hair is not completely smooth. It has lots of little, almost like scales, and when you put the first like lotion, the perming lotion on, it kind of opens the scales of your hair. Then you put it in the position that you want it to be. So either if it's your hair, you put it in like tight curls or waves or whatever. Then you leave it there and you wait. And if it's your eyelashes, you put it on like a little thing that curves up. And then once those hairs are in position and they've been there long enough to be like, okay, this is good, you put another product on there that closes the scales. This is like a very simplified version of what happens, obviously. It's what my hairdresser explained to me when I got a perm once. So yeah, so it closes those scales on your hair, and then your hair becomes smooth again and not able to so that's why, like, if you have curly hair, you can straighten it, but every time you wash your hair it'll go back curly because you haven't changed the makeup of your actual hair. You know, you haven't changed the way that it holds naturally. But when you perm or chemically straighten, it changes the actual makeup of your hair. So yeah, there's a little random crappy science for you. Okay, so in here there is everything you need. I agree that there's everything you need apart from like cotton rounds, but you probably have them anyway. So what did I use? What did I not use? What was good? What was not good? Okay, so I'll just show you quickly what these are, because I think these are probably the most interesting things in here. They are the lift pads, and to explain what I did and how good it is and everything, I'm gonna need to show you at least one of these little lift pads. Okay. Yeah. I might take two out to show you the difference. Did I take two the same? No, not completely. Hold on. Back in a sec. Okay, so I just took them all out because I just wanted to show you the difference when I explain that part. Okay, so basically you want to clean all your, like, your eye area. You want it to be all clean and cleansed with nothing on there. And then I will link the video that I used that explains it and shows you how to do it and everything. I just used a random girl's video. I'd never seen any of her videos before. I watched it completely first. It looked good. The advice seemed pretty good. So then I just rewatched it again while I was doing it. I did it at my desk. I didn't even do it in the bathroom. So yeah, you can do it anywhere. So the one that is linked below is the one that I used as like a reel. Show me how to do it and like take each step and stuff. The only thing I did extra that she didn't do was put the cling film on top, which is recommended in the instructions for this. So I just put the cling film on top when I was waiting for the product to react, sort of thing. But otherwise I followed her thing pretty much well. Okay, so you basically get these little lifter pads, so you can see the difference between these two lift pads, for example. So yeah, you can see one is kind of flat and one is kind of curved. This is all depending on how curved you want your lashes to be, how long they are. If you have like super long luxurious lashes, you would use a really curved one to kind of give you that nice round curl. But if you have like really short lashes, then you would use a pretty flat one to kind of like just lift them up as much as possible. I am kind of in the middle. I wouldn't go for something so flat, that would just be so weird for me. And the really luxurious round ones, probably a bit like not enough for me, so I went for a kind of middle one, which I think it was this one. Yeah, I can see the glue marks. So I went for this one, which is kind of here we go. You see the difference? It's not completely flat, but it's not like for like luxurious. I always think like Spanish or something. Someone who's Spanish would have big luxurious eyelashes. So you see it's kind of in the middle. There we go. So I used the M2 ones, and these ones have a very long one and a very like not very short one. They have a long version and a shorter version. I used the shorter version because I don't have like huge eyes, so the shorter versions were better. I think they're like, they cater for pretty much most eye types. You know, there's quite short ones, there's long ones. So yeah, they seem to have like every eye shape covered. So that's pretty cool. So this was the one I used. So basically, you don't use this as a tutorial, by the way. I'm not going to like give you a step-by-step like of what you have to do. Please use a real tutorial or the instructions. I'm just telling you what I did, basically. So you stick glue on the back of here, you pop it on your lid, and then you take whatever you want, basically. But I took, let me open this. These are the Lash Lift tool. Should have an S on it, I know. But. So yeah, I took just one of these little mascara wands, which I never used this part really, I don't think. So I just used this part of one, and basically I put glue using this on here. Then I pushed my eyelashes up, like rolling this and pushing at the same time to get my eyelashes to go up and stick there. So yeah, glue and eyelashes up, and you look really creepy when that happens. Okay, so in here there are two different like little spoolie type things. One is like a mascara wand type thing, way too big to be using any of the products. And then the other one is this kind of strange, like almost like a tiny mini cotton bud. I don't know if I can zoom in enough to even show you that there's something at the end of this. Can you see that? It's like a tiny little fluffy bit at the end. So yeah, this is what you're going to use to put the product on. It's very precise and it works really well. So I was happy that these are in here, because there's no way I'm putting that on with one of these like mascara wand type things. That would just be like, that would get everywhere and it would seriously hurt your eyes, I think, this kind of perming lotion and stuff. So basically I put this on very slowly and very like took my time with this little thing here. Let me just, okay, I need to get into focus. So I took this product here and I very slowly just kind of like, I really took my time doing this, by the way, like just like really slowly putting it on and being very careful and stuff. Then I put cling film. This is not cling film, but it looks a little bit like it. So I put cling film on my eye like an eye patch, and my son was like, oh, tes yeux maman, sont tes yeux maman, which means like, where are your eyes, mama? He thought it was a bit weird, but it was fine. He didn't freak out or anything. So yeah, and then to remove that, you use the clean tool, which I actually found very useful. Let me just pop one out. It's like a Y-shaped thing. Here we go. And one end looks like a little comb, and one end is completely flat. The comb part I never used. It didn't actually seem very useful, but this end is actually perfect. I didn't think it would be. I thought the little comb part would be more useful than this end, but it was actually this end that was useful. So to remove the perming lotion, I just like put it up and it removes it. You can put it on a cotton pad and remove it, you know, in that sort of way. And then you just put the fixing agent on, using one of like a separate one of these little things. Then you can remove it again, and then use the number 4, which is a cleanser, but from what I understand it's just like makeup remover. So this can be removed, this can be like, you can use makeup remover instead if you want. And then you just use the cleanser with just a cotton pad. They say to use it with this, and I did, and it was just kind of weird, so I just removed it with a cotton pad. And then you just peel this off of your eyelid slowly, not like I just did, and then you have beautiful up curled lashes like instantly, and it's like, wow, that's so cool. The only time I did use this guy here was to use the Nutrition, which is just kind of like a little eyelash oil. I don't even know what's in it, but I think that this kit is pretty cool. All the tools are very useful, apart from this. Like, basically these are essential. These little rubber pad things are essential. The perming and fixing agents are essential. The lash glue is just like any other lash glue, I guess. The cleanser is just makeup remover. Nutrition is just some sort of nutrition, like oil. So I guess any kind of lash oil would work. Any kind of makeup remover, micellar water would work. Any kind of false lash glue would work. I guess you could find a replacement for these things quite easily. And obviously, I guess you could just use a cotton bud, like the end of a cotton bud, to push your lashes up, which the girl does in her video. And then to apply the product, these are amazing, but I guess you could use any kind of little precise tool. But I really like these. I don't know why, they just seem so like little and cute and just very precise. And I kept them. These are the ones that I used in these products, and I just washed them afterwards, so hopefully I can still use them again. So yeah, so I absolutely loved this product. I am like, it's amazing. I think it's definitely worth the money, because it wasn't that expensive, and I'm sure I can use it plenty of times. Each of these little bottles have little stoppers inside as well, so they're quite airtight, I guess. So hopefully I'll be able to use them plenty. You barely use any product when doing it. I did my 2 eyes separately because I was scared to do both at the same time the first time, but apparently you can do both eyes at once. I don't know if I have the confidence to do that yet. Maybe I'll wait until my 4th or 5th time before I do that. But for the eyelash dyeing, I can do both at once. I don't have a problem with that. But for the perming, I don't think I'll be able to do them both at once for a long time. But even when you do one eye at a time, you're talking like 45 minutes to an hour. And I don't know how like often you would have to do it. Maybe like the same as that, maybe like every 6 weeks or something. I don't know. Where does it say? Does it say anywhere how long it lasts? I don't know. Maybe it lasts probably the same as like the Lash Tint, 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I would definitely recommend both of these products. This isn't like sponsored or anything like that. I got these products myself. I found them myself, read the reviews, did all the checks, paid for them myself. This is not like any kind of sponsoring or like free gifts or anything like that. So for me, they worked perfectly. So if you guys are thinking of doing either of these things, or are now thinking of doing either of these things because you watched this video, I would definitely recommend it. It's not expensive, and it saves so much time curling your eyelashes and putting mascara on and removing mascara. And basically when you curl your lashes, how long does it last? I don't know. For me it lasts about an hour max. Like even if I use mascara afterwards, my eyelashes are just so like, they just want to go down. They just want to go straight. It's their natural way. But now they're going up. I look awake. It's cool. I don't know how much of a difference it actually makes to my face when people look at me, but when I look at myself in the mirror in the morning, the difference that it makes to me is huge. Like, just feeling more confident and feeling more awake, and like, I think I even went out a few times this week without makeup, like face makeup. I didn't have even foundation on. I took my son to the creche this morning for his first morning at the creche, and I had no foundation on. Obviously I had the mask, so I didn't have to think about that part, but I had no makeup at all, and that is like very different for me. We even went out on a few nature walks. Usually I still would put makeup on for a nature walk. That's crazy, I know, but the nature walks around our town are quite popular, so there's a lot of people anyway. So you do end up seeing people and like you know, being around people. So I would always still put makeup on, but with the eyelashes already like up and dark and the mask, it's just like I don't care, so it's cool. That's kind of silly. I know there's a lot of people that are just like, what do you mean you can't go out without makeup? That's like stupid, you know, but we all have our little things, and makeup is one of mine. It's not even like I put a lot of makeup on. I just put like skin base and then simple eye stuff. But anyway, all that to say, these are a little confidence booster for me. And you basically only have to do them every 6 to 8 weeks, which is nothing. It's like 9 or 10 times a year. So yeah, we're all different. You may already have dark eyelashes, so you might not need this, but they might be straight and annoying, so you might want to lift them. Or you might have already quite curled lashes and they're just too light, you want to dye them. Or maybe you already have both in check and you just never even thought that these two things could exist. That's also cool. Or maybe you have like straight down eyelashes that are very light and you love them, and that is also very cool. But if you are like me and you have straight eyelashes that are light and you don't like them, then these are two very cheap and easy options to give yourself that little extra confidence boost. These have definitely given me that extra confidence boost. This is starting to sound like a bit of an ad now. Sorry guys, it's not an ad, I promise. I just really love these two things. So now you know how these two products worked for me. I hope that if you are searching for similar results, that these would work for you too. I'll put the links down below, obviously, to where I bought them on Amazon. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a few comments asking for an update for mostly the lash lift. A few for the lash tint, but mostly the lash lift was interesting to people, probably because it's a little less known as a at-home like care thing that you can do. It's more like viewed as a salon type thing. So yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it relaxing and interesting and not too rambly. I'm very rambly, I'm sorry. Or maybe it's relaxing. I find rambles relaxing. I hope you do too. Okay, so I hope that you are fine and doing well wherever you are. And I hope you're calm and nice and sleepy. I hope that you have a lovely evening. And I'll see